Race weekend is finally upon us at Sugarloaf Bike Park over the Adrenaline Fest weekend, an event that includes downhill racing, cross-country racing, a bunch of vendors, and all the added extra entertainment you might want while not riding the mountain. And we're a lucky crew here, showing up a day early to get in bonus laps before crossing any competition timing lines.
Look at me.
But in typical 2023 summer fashion, the weather took a change faster and the rain came down harder than everyone expected, catching us off guard at the top of the hill, allowing Havoc, the Black Diamond route-covered trail, to claim its first victim.
Okay, we're good from now on. Here, a bit. Oh, woo! I'm all right. Guys! Ah, oh, my balls.
Once Mason dusted or wiped himself off and we got to the bottom, the rain really made itself known and shut the mountain down for the rest of the day. Finally, it is race day. We get a couple practice runs. We're gonna go do those now. I think we're early enough to maybe get 2 in. And then from there, you just kind of have to get to the top and do your run. I'm feeling good. Considering I'm never this early for any event ever, it's cool to be able to get a little more practice in than usual. And extra fun to chase Tim Foster down a trail because he's typically hiding in the woods taking photos as races and events take place. We were even early enough to have time to get a run down Super Sweet before we needed to get to the riders meeting, so the day was off to a pretty good start. I had made a few small changes to my steel single pivot to prepare for this kind of riding, and they seem to be having a positive effect. I pulled a little bit of air out of the rear shock, which was good, but the rebound is still so fast on this thing it can get a little scary. I think a proper rear shock replacement to this one is very much at the top of the list, first thing that needs to be done. I pushed the seat post down as much as I could without kinking and ruining the dropper post cable just to give a little bit more room, and well, I cleaned it before showing up. Otherwise, the same setup as usual, and this thing's plenty capable for everything here, I think. When it comes to the race, myself, Chris, Mason, Emily, and Kevin all opted to join the sport category, being a little timid of the pro level course over on L'Acadien. The sport course, Swamp Donkey, definitely offers a much higher chance of getting to the bottom alive, and a significantly smaller audience of witnesses if you don't.
All right, Eric, 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. 5, 4.
So in the end, I managed to squeak out a 3:08 on my first run, which ended up being the better of the 2 runs that we were allowed to do, good enough for 13th. Out of all of my friends that were racing sport, I was the only one to slow down on the second run. As a general rule, you're supposed to get quicker as you get to know the trail, but I think I spent so much more time pedaling that it actually made me worse in the corners. I don't know. It was fun no matter what. There is an added bonus to racing in the sport category that I should mention, and that is the opportunity to spectate the pro race within what I like to call the tunnel of noise at the most technical part of the course. Everyone kind of gathers here to enjoy the carnage together. It's pretty special to be a part of.
The gentle April rain that stained the window panes last night is all but gone, but lingers on. Clouds are there. We watch the town awaken to the trembling morning lights. You're so near and spring is everywhere. We danced until the stars came out and spread across the sky. The wee small eyes of the world went by and days here. We won't give up our dancing, and across the floor we fly. When you are near, spring is in the air.
And with that, we all collectively decided that we would like to try and ride this trail by the end of the trip. So, back to the top with our bikes, heading over to the other challenging downhill trail called Tipolo to get our brains into the let's ride over scary rock gardens mindset. About halfway down, you encounter this first rock roll feature, which then leads you into this steeper than it seems on camera section. I immediately got caught up on the first rock roll while following Chris, put a foot down, but I decided I'd probably be alright if I just pushed down it anyway, and I was. And then, following Chris down the next longer, steeper section, I skid my rear wheel down the loose rock line that you can take to get down here and got out unscathed. Very controlled. But obviously we had to get non-POV footage and I wanted to try and ride it a little bit better, so and then some other riders who really kind of seemed to know what they were doing showed up, and they had a different line that I managed to capture.
That's pretty good.
It might have made sense to try and practice some of those lines on Tipolo before ending up on L'Acadien, but we decided on a party lap with the Kodiak freeride crew instead, you know, to get rid of the jitters.
Yeah.
Though, inevitably, we did make it back to the rock garden section of L'Acadien that we wanted to try, and in the most superstitious way as well. Trail closed behind us, no one else would be coming in. Absolutely last run of the weekend. We did show up with reinforcements, however. Matt, who was racing on the Saturday, was nice enough to come on this ride with us and give us some coaching on how to get down this in one piece. Matt was racing here yesterday. He's giving us all the line choice, kind of giving us the 101 on how to ride it. And when it comes down to it, there's kind of nothing left to it but to do it. So you just have to drop in and see if you can keep both feet and both hands on, and not die.
Yeah, you're good, you're good. Good. Inside the rock. It's pretty chill once you like see the straight line.
Yeah, it is. Sweet. Thanks, Matt.
No worries.
So we spent a bunch of time here watching downhill racers going down this, and I spent a bunch of time saying, I think I can do this. And now I have. Feeling pretty good about that. This leaf to that leaf, Emily. Exactly. You're good. Yo! That was basically it. And now we have Matt coming down quickly. Yep, bottom bracket. Oh my lord. So after a weekend of race runs, laps up and down the hill, and finishing it off with coaching us how to get down what is considered the hardest trail here, as we drop in to finish off the easier parts of L'Acadien.
I'll drop in right now if you want to go watch, but...
Tow it in.
You going?
Yeah.
This one's not too bad. You actually come in too much speed in there. It's just like...
Matt has one of the worst crashes I've ever seen.
Wow. Apparently I don't know how to ride not at speed. Let's go do that again.
Okie dokie. You good?
Yeah, fine. Totally fine. But didn't expect that.
All in all, feels good to ride all of the features that L'Acadien has to offer, because the first time I was here, I think around 5 years ago, I didn't ride it then, and it's been on my mind ever since. Can I? Can I get down this stuff? Next step is just riding it all in one go. Okay, that's the end of this video. If you enjoyed it and you want to support the channel, why don't you head down to spindat.com and grab one of the t-shirts that I have on offer. They're all awesome and they help out a ton. Ad rates are down like mad, so I have to resort to asking you to buy my merch. So buy my merch. Thanks.